Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here, coming to you live from Calgary, Alberta. Will Canada ban all Indians in retaliation to the ban that Indian government has imposed on Canadians? If you have been following the news, and I actually made a TikTok, over 140,000 views on that TikTok, about if Canada is going to ban Indian nationals in retaliation towards the ban that the Indian government imposed on Canadians. Now guys, I want to talk about it in this video. I'll make it short and I'll provide you some interesting information that you might have already known about Canada or not known, but anyways. So out of 800,000 Indian international students, there is about $300,000 that are calculated are actually coming from India. So most of international students are coming from India to Canada, and Canada just happens to be one of the major Indian communities. So for people who are new to this channel, my wife is from India. Two of my kids are half Indian as well. You could call me Indian probably, but I'm Ukrainian Canadian. That's, by the way, Ukrainian church is over there. Check this out. I used to live in this area. I decided to make a video from here. It would be more interesting. Anyways, this is how Canada looks right now. The weather actually is really nice. So if you're planning to move, guys, it's a great country. Anyways, let's talk about the topic for international students, foreign workers, and a huge amount of Indian people in Canada who might be affected. So what usually happens is that normally when you do such a move, like not giving visas to a certain country of national, their natural response of that country is a retaliation in the same kind of manner. So normally, government of Canada should probably ban Indian visitors to Canada. But would they do that? That's what we'll talk about in this video. So now if you're following the news, and especially if you're in India and you are getting affected by gaudy news and all the the media outlets controlled by the Indian government, so to speak, where you have a lot of really interesting presentation of the Western news in an Indianized kind of informational sphere manner of domestic audience influence and, shortly speaking, misinformation. So that's how I see it. I come from Ukraine. I used to listen a lot to Russian news, and Indian news, they really respond to me like the similar kind of news I used to hear back home right now, which is feels like a little bit biased. Now, with that being said, we cannot say that Western news is not biased. Let me let the person pass and we'll continue with the video. So, all in all, I want to say that it is there more people? Yeah. So the news everywhere are biased, and honestly, you see a lot of scandals and happening between India and Canada. So what actually has happened here? So what India did is they said they're not going to give Canadian tourists a visa, tourist visa, and I was thinking they're going to actually shut down that, what's that organization called, where my wife went to do her documents for India, BLS, I think it's BLS called. Yeah, they were going to shut down that organization, but they didn't. So anyone who is processing your OCI cards and things like that, it's still functioning, but you can get a tourist visa. Now the bummer for that is, here's why it's so ridiculous, is that those Canadians coming to India, majority of them are Indian. So I mean, it is really a nice news for domestic audience in India saying, "Oh, we are not going to let in Canadians in," but majority of Canadians are actually my kids, for example. They have grandparents in India. They're Canadians. They're half Indian. So they would love to probably go and meet their grandparents, right? So a lot of, or people who got their citizenship, they gave up their Indian passports, and a lot of people are like that, and they haven't got their OCI card yet. So just saying that this ridiculous move by the Indian government is actually way worse for the ethnical group of what's this? What's the how do you call it, the foreign community of Indian in or any other culture, basically heritage, and I forgot the English name for it. Anyways, so it's really bad for diaspora. Oh, that's the word. For Indian diaspora in Canada. And they're the most influenced by that, unfortunately. And a lot of people in India don't realize that. But anyways, so will Canadian government ban Indians? This is a very tricky question. It is actually more politics as in international as in domestic as well. My answer would be, look at it this way. India has one of the biggest communities in Canada, okay, and a lot of people are here from India, so a lot of international students come in with a lot of money, foreign workers, and of course those guys who already got their immigration done, those people who are working here, and those guys who get to vote especially. So in that sense, I think from Canadian perspective, in terms of monetary value and in terms of election, you still want to have the money flowing into Canada from India, and you still want to get the talents coming from India into Canada, and you still want that the Canadian Indian diaspora to vote for you. So the short answer is highly unlikely is that Canada will ban Indians. I don't think that would happen. And also, it is not in the Canadian nature to ban a certain ethnical group for political reasons. That's actually against kind of multiculturalism and our moral norms here in Canada. So my short answer would be no, I don't think Canada would ban Indians. Now, there is also going on a little bit of discussion about if India could actually do what the government of Canada is saying they did, and there is some discussion
to speak with all Canadians. Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar.
Going and whether Indian special services are qualified or unqualified, for that matter, to provide such operation on Canadian soil. But on the other side, it's a security. It's it's kind of scary. Can you imagine? It doesn't matter how you're labeled in other countries, especially in countries where the legislation and things. I don't know all the details on how it works in other countries, but there are some countries outside in the world that can label their citizens for any matter, and those citizens can actually come to free countries with what is called with democracy, and they can take a refugee status in Canada, for example, US and other Western countries if they are feeling threatened at home, and especially for a certain thing. So what I'm trying to say is, we don't know if those people are actually who are labeled by the Indian governments are what they are, but it's scary that a Canadian citizen could be in danger in their own country and under threat from a foreign government if that is actually what happened, which I don't know what actually happened because I don't have this kind of information. Unfortunately, I don't know what Mr. Justin Trudeau said is true or not. But I would say it would be really dumb to say something like that if it wasn't true, if he doesn't have enough basis. I mean, if he didn't have enough evidence for that and he said that, that's like the dumbest move in a political history that you can do. And I truly believe in the qualifications of our Prime Minister, even though I don't agree on a lot of things with him. I would still say, yeah, most likely there is some kind of evidence rather than not. So I'll leave it at that. Most likely it's true, then it's not true. And if it's not true, then, well, this is very bad for Canada, and yeah, we have to sort it out. Like, somebody has to lose their job anyways. Anyways, guys, so this is the video, guys. I want to say that Canada is still one of the best countries, and a lot of Indians are coming here, and I don't see any future time, and I wouldn't want to see Indians being banned from Canada, especially if some Indian previous Indians. Now, my wife is Canadian, my kids are Canadian, and I was born in Ukraine, but I'm also Canadian. So a lot of things have changed. And yeah, I wouldn't want to see any one culture to be isolated from Canada, and I don't think this would ever happen. Anyways, it's a beautiful country. I just want to show you guys. I am walking around the place where I used to live, and that's Bridgeland over there. And there you can see some, that's for the Calgary downtown here. Anyways, guys, follow me for more videos like this. If you're interested in life in Canada, subscribe. And I'll walk around and show you places. Let me know if you like this kind of videos more than the ones where I'm in the office or talking stationary. And let me know how many videos, how frequently you want to see the videos on this channel, guys. Subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let's not start any kind of fights, guys. Honestly say, I don't even know what Khalistan stands for. I only heard about this term after the news came out, and honestly, let's not get too political about it. I think it's just like a drama that is probably going to hurt India more than it will Canada. See you guys in the next video. See you in Canada. Bye for now.